Okay, so good day to everyone. I am Nungalo Raymond Lay, together with my groupmates Lakaw Henrich and Rabino Miko. We're talking about, or we will be talking about the database platforms. So let's start with the history of database platforms. Databases starts or began in the early 1960s. So basically, the most idea of this slide is the databases. So what are the databases? Let's define databases. Databases is a data storage to which different data, process data, or raw data are stored. So there are two data models in the year 1960s, which are the hierarchical model and the network model. So what are the difference between the two? So the hierarchical model mostly follows the tree-like structure with a single root. So to visualize, there's one name or the parent tree, and there's the two children of that parent tree to which those data will be connected to each other. Next, the network model. So the network model allows much more complex, and it has relationship between records enabling multiple connections. So the difference between the two, the use of hierarchical model is limited to simple data structure or data storage. On the other hand, network model, yes, allows more complex, and it has more proper structure of relationship compared to hierarchical model, and it is most flexible or compatible to other data model or databases that time. So next, the rise of relational databases in the 1970s. So yes, the relational model introduction in 1970, Edgar F. Codd proposed the relational model, which emphasized data retrieval through logical queries rather than physical pointers. This model utilized tables, relations to represent data and relationship. So this year begins the mark of the most important idea of databases, which is the relational databases. Today, as of today, one of the most commonly used method of databases is ERD, or the entity relationship diagram, or the entity relationship model. Basically, it is proposed by Peter Chan in 1976. So the main idea of that is there are several tables with parent and child which will be connected to each other, and the relationship would be defined by a primary key and a foreign key, which serves as the standard use of databases today. So there are other key developments, the System R and the Ingress during the 1970s. Next, in the year 1980s. So in the year 1980s, the emergence of commercial systems. So in the 1980s, the databases would begun to be commercialized in the market, meaning allow na po na ma-avail ng iba't ibang tao, not just government or other private official, yung paggamit ng isang database. It has begun to be commercialized by the year 1970s, which began the era of other big tech database companies as of today, which is the Oracle or the MySQL or the SQL. Okay. Next, Internet boom and beyond, which is the 1990s. Okay, the impact of the internet, the growth of the World Wide Web or the WWW in the mid-1990s significantly increased the demand for database system capable of supporting online applications like MySQL was introduced in the 1995 as an open source alternative to establish commercial systems. So as I said earlier, okay, one of the key components that are commonly used today is the use of structured databases or the relational data model, okay, or the relational databases. And one example of this is the MySQL or the use of MySQL. And note that it began in the year 1990s, and as of today, year 2025, MySQL is still used in common school curricula like in our university. So yes, Like relational databases, it offers tables, connections, relationships, foreign keys, primary keys, and other type of relationship like many-to-many, one-to-many, so on and so forth. So for my last slide, modern era 2000s to the present. So we began the use of NoSQL databases, new SQL databases, and the cloud databases. So basically, the NoSQL databases uses much more flexible and much more scalable databases to which you are not required to use a structured query language. Okay? Next, there are other new, there are new structured query language for databases, which of course contradicts the idea of the NoSQL, but like what I said earlier, there are other databases that are suitable for other projects. So like the use of NoSQL and the use of new SQL or the previous SQL. Okay? And lastly, the use of cloud databases. So the cloud computing, the cloud databases, cloud engineering began to dominate the market. As of today, there are high demand of cloud engineer, and one of which is the use of cloud databases, to which much more convenient, much more faster, and flexible compared to other way of storing a database. So that would be all for my part. So the next part would be the current trends of database platforms. Again, I am Nogalo Raymond Lay, and that would be all. Thank you.